Hello, Medicare Advantage risk adjustment operators, innovators, and learners. Welcome to another week of the Hughes Academy Risk Adjustment Made Easy, the Medicare Advantage kind. I am your host tutor, Dr. Prince Bewa. If today is your first time joining us, we want to say welcome. If you've been with us as we've been studying and learning through risk adjustment, also we want to say welcome and thank you for joining us. If you have not subscribed yet, I will encourage you to subscribe, to like, to share, because it helps us to reach a wider audience as you partner with us in this work. We started last week going after the payment year 2027 proposals in the Medicare Advantage Part D advance notice. And today we will be continuing on from there. If today is your first time joining us, I will encourage you to pick up from last week's video, which the link will be shared in the notes here. And then you start from there and this continues on as we learn from there. Let's get into today's. Today, specifically, we want to look at the MA Part D non-pays proposals with proposed changes for payment year 2027. This is the advance notice. If you have not had the chance to review it, I will encourage you to go to the link here and download your copy to really dig deeper into all the proposals. What we present here are just summaries so that you can get a deeper understanding. For payment year 2027, the proposed CMS RX HCC model is the 2027 RX HCC here with the 2023-2024 calibration. This is different as compared to what is being used for this year, payment year 2026, which is the 2022-2023 calibration. So CMS moved up on the data that is being used to calibrate the RX HCC model. Fairly recent data. As we learned from last week, CMS also proposed more recent data for the Part C model as well. CMS in the advance notice proposed that unlinked chart reviews will not be included in the data sources for risk adjustment. And this also affects Part D. Many times when data sources are being talked about, most of the focus is on Part C. But because the Part C and D rely on encounter data and fee-for-service data sources, removal of unlinked chart review will also affect your Part D payment. So plans are to take note of that as they look into their Part D risk scores for 2027. Looking at the risk score by the numbers, you will recognize that the same way CMS splitted up the MA-PD and PDP for 2026, CMS continues that same for 2027 as proposed. And you will see that between 2026 and 2027, payment year 2026 and 2027, the normalization factors have change. For example, for MAPD, the normalization factor decreased from 1.194 to 1.109, which is negative 7.1% decrease, which on the risk score impact, that causes an increase to the risk score, all things being equal. Nonetheless, on the PDP side, there is an increase in the normalization factor, which causes a decrease in the risk score. So if you are in the same business together, then you have to know how the change in these numbers causes an effect in a different direction towards the risk score. The MA coding intensity is no change, and the data sources, there's no change there as well. Just the proposal to exclude the unlinked chart reviews, which you have to also keep in mind as you look into impact and preparing comments to submit to CMS. Action plan to run impact analysis. These are some starter questions that can help you and your team as you guide your analysis. What are a total Part D revenue exposure and to the normalization changes? What are member segments that are hit the hardest? Because as you go deeper into the data, you want to also look at this per the segments to see how this impact each of the segments. And what member churn rate does the normalization change become revenue neutral? If there are any other questions that come to mind as you look into this and you want to share or your team is looking at, you can also post it down in the comment section so that we can all also learn from you. So these are some key Part D summarized changes that are coming in Part D for payment year 2027 that CMS has proposed. We will end here to keep it simple as possible. If you're not on our email list yet, you go to our website, www.thehealsacademy.com, and you go to the Risk Adjustment Made Easy website, you can sign up to get a free copy of From Chaos to Clarity, the essential companion cheat sheet on Medicare Advantage risk adjustment data sources that tells you some of the data sources that are used to calculate risk scores. And if this has been helpful, please don't hesitate to like, to subscribe, to share. Otherwise, we'll catch you next week as we pick up on the next topic on our payment year 2027 advance notice. Thank you and bye for now.